In order to be good at selling in our industry, we need to be able to do three things really well. We need to target and work on approvable and closable prospects. We need to identify and focus on meaningful benefits. That means benefits that are meaningful to the prospect. And we need to differentiate ourselves from our competition to show and remind our customers how we are uniquely able to deliver those benefits. For this post, I'm going to share a selling story that shows those three skills in action. It's my hope that you'll use it to visualize opportunities for yourself, where you can identify and capitalize on unique benefits that can set you apart from your competition. Some years ago, I had a successful eye doctor for a client. He had numerous clinics in the rural communities surrounding the Raleigh area, and we ultimately went on to do perhaps as many as 15 or 20 or more different transactions for him. Well, around about the fourth or fifth lease, I'd gotten kind of used to dealing with him and began to really understand what was important to him. Although we did a lot of business together, we were never what you'd call good friends, just business associates. In fact, he was usually a little bit brusque or curt in dealing with me, and because he was so busy, he always set our appointments first thing in the morning before he started seeing patients, or in the very late afternoon or early evening after his last patient had left for the day. For his convenience, I had given him my home phone number, and that's where he contacted me as often as not. He also frequently left things to the last minute, so a lot of times things were sort of rushed. Anyway, along about that fourth or fifth transaction, he called me at home one Sunday evening with something he wanted done and signed by the end of the following day. Well, I knew my credit department loved him, and an approval would be no problem at all. So I said fine and told him I'd bring the documents to his office. So it was after hours as we sat in his office the next day and he started signing when he stopped, put his pen down, looked at me, and asked very seriously, "Am I getting your very best, your very lowest rates on these leases?" I looked straight back at him and said, just as seriously, "No, Doc, you're not. And I am really, really sorry because I may have made a mistake here." And while I said it, I started very slightly to begin gathering the papers back across the table toward me. "I didn't realize, Doc, that you wanted my very lowest rates. I thought you wanted my call me at home on Sunday night rates." He stared back at me for about 10 long seconds. Then he picked up the pen back up and said, "That's exactly what I want," and he pulled the documents back over and finished signing them. That was the very last time the subject of rates ever came up with him. He was a very approvable and closable customer. In fact, he was a very bankable customer, and I don't doubt that any number of local banks could have beat my rates, but I seriously doubt they could have beat or even come close to my convenience. I'd paid enough attention to him, instead of just to my own programs, to understand a meaningful benefit to him, and I made sure I was ready, willing, and able to state it clearly so as to keep him focused on it and use it to differentiate myself from my competition. Practice getting your focus off of your own business and onto your customers, and you can do the same thing. In fact, you can either sell that way or compete against a person who does. That choice is yours. Thanks for watching. I'm Gerry Egan.